Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do something a little different today and go ahead and do a hair tutorial reviewing the TAE products. I know I may be saying that wrong, TAE, y'all may pronounce it different than me. However, I wanted to do it on my 9-year-old daughter. As you can tell, she is natural. She has never had a perm or any type of processing on her hair. However, it was time for me to clip her ends. As you will be able to tell, her ends are very damaged right now, so it's time for me to clip her ends. But the best way for me to clip her ends is to have her hair straightened. So I wanted to use a product that would straighten her hair without a whole lot of frizz and would give her some type of bouncy body texture to her hair without making it bone straight. I don't too much want her hair to be in that silky straightened mode, just because I don't want her curl pattern to be destroyed. So I don't care if it's, you know, bone straight. We just want to get it to the point where we can get them ends clipped off. Okay, honey? So as you can see right here, I just added the caramel, and I also am tying it up in order to let the caramel sit on her hair for 20 minutes. So in order for her to process her hair, I need to go ahead and add that plastic cap on there. She'll sit under that for 20 minutes. And then as you can see here, I am going to go ahead and rinse out that caramel that I had sitting in her hair. You can see some of the caramel is drenched in the bag a little bit. It'll turn into like a liquid form, it looks like. But I'm gonna rinse out the caramel and using just, you know, some warm water. Nothing too cold, nothing too hot, of course. I'm going to go ahead and rinse that off. And I want to go ahead and apply the conditioner first in order to detangle her hair. The best method for me to do first is always add either like some type of pre-poo or a conditioner prior to shampooing her hair. I don't know if you guys with natural hair see that as a must, but for her texture, she has more of like a 3C texture, I would say. Her pattern's pretty loose. She has more loose curls in the front than the back. It's just overall loose. However, she needs a detangler at all times. Like, there's no ifs or buts about that. So I'm just gonna get a comb, wild tooth comb here, and detangle and section off her hair as I detangle it, because I don't want my detangled hair to mix with my tangled hair. That's gonna just make my process go a lot longer, so we don't want that. As you can see, her hair is tangled as I'm breaking it apart. It's sticking to each other, so that's what we don't want. That's why her ends need to be clipped. And here I'm gonna go ahead and wash that conditioner out, and then we're going to start the shampooing process. As you can tell, I do not add shampoo to her ends first. I go in for her scalp first, and then we lather that up really good and get her scalp moisturized. Not moisturized, massaged real good, and go ahead and work it in, and then it'll work itself down to the ends as I get the water going. So that helps with not having too much soap left over in the hair as I'm washing it. So as you can see here, I'm just giving her a good little massage. I wanted this to be like a little spa day for her. She's such a little princess, so I think she deserved it. But I actually took my time with washing her hair in this whole process to make sure that we got everything out. I didn't want any caramel left in her hair or any type of products, you know, leaving any type of residue. Her hair will definitely hold residue, and you will see residuals of that throughout the days that pass. So I had to go ahead and double wash and make sure that there was nothing left behind. And then with the shampoo, you are to wash it twice. Use the shampoo twice. You are supposed to make sure the caramel is out, so that is the reason why it is instructed to wash it 2 times. Second time I didn't take as long because I kind of worked through and made sure that there was nothing left. But I went ahead and washed it twice, rinsed it out really, really well. And also I doubled back and checked for any type of caramel or anything else that was left over. So As you can see here, I do make a mess when I wash her hair sometimes, considering she is not as small as she used to be. It's not as easy to support her head. So I'm gonna have to invest in some type of neck support. I know they have them out there somewhere. If y'all have any suggestions, please comment down below, because I definitely need some type of support for her neck and her head. That way I can save my back. As you see here, I'm just making sure nothing's left and make sure it's all clean, no soap, none of that jazz. I did find a few spots, so I did go back in and rinse them off. But here I went back and I added some conditioner and twisted it and sectioned it off, because we're going to do more or less like a deep condition process with this conditioner. So what I go ahead and did is twisted her hair off in sections. You can see her length there before her cut. And we are going to put another cap on and set her under dryer on medium high heat for at least 10 minutes, just so we can work that moisture in from the conditioner. And as you can see, I really do love this product on her hair. It really popped her curls, even though her ends are just needing some attention. It really did do a benefit to her natural curl pattern. I really love how it moisturized her curls. Her hair can tend to be very dry, just because I'm a little lazy when it comes to moisturizing. Her hair, including my own, I need to get better, but her hair tends to be a little bit dry and will definitely show that the ends are bad when it's not even taken care of, it'll show. But here I'm just sectioning it off. You can see I'm combing through. I like to call it my wig brush, because I feel like it gets through any texture type of hair. But it's like my little wig brush or whatever, and I'm just gonna do the stretching method and blow drying her hair. Now, one thing I will say is that I do regret using this method of blow drying with this product, just because I feel like it kind of gave her more of that fluff and that, not necessarily frizz, but gave her more of a fluff instead of the bone straight. But on the contrary, I know I don't want her hair bone straight, but I know it's due to my blow dry method. So I will say next time, like if I were to do it on my head, I wouldn't use this blow dry method. I would actually use an attached comb to my blow dryer. That way I know for sure my frizz will be controlled. So I'm just gonna work my way through her hair and just go ahead and blow dry section by section, and making sure that, I don't mix any of her wet hair with her dried hair, and twisting off that dry hair so we don't make any mistakes. So we're just gonna work through that and brush through it very well, because detangling with bad ends is like a continuous job. It's like you can detangle 2 times and then you're gonna have to go back in there and detangle again, just because the ends are not well kept. So I'm halfway done with her head, and I'm gonna work my way to her front. Her back is complete. Pinning it up, separating it once again. Now, I do honestly like this method. I prefer it just because I feel like it goes a little bit faster than if I were to have a comb. I feel like if I were to have a comb attached for her hair, and particularly, it would definitely get caught in the dryer. And that's just something I don't want to deal with, because I always hear, ow, mommy, ow, ow, ow. And who's in the mood for that? So as you can see, she's already squinting her eyes, but at least she didn't complain today. And she's really not much of a complainer, so I do give her that. She's been a trooper since she was about 3 months old. That's how early she started getting her hair done, because she was born with so much. But yeah, so we're just gonna blow dry this front and get the party started. Now we're going to go ahead and make sure all the hair is dry, comb through, make sure nothing's tangled, and I'm going to use a titanium flat iron. My first time ever using titanium, I heard it cuts the process in half versus ceramics, but you have to watch your heat. However, this one is heat controlled. And then we're going to use the buttermilk and work about a dime size in her hair. Now I will say I was a little overly generous with this. I know that they say to use about a pea size of it for the whole head, but I honestly did almost every strand with that stuff. Then I used a little extra heat protectant just because her hair can be a little extra dry. I wanted to make sure she was extra protected. and we didn't cause any serious damage to her curl pattern. And so we're just gonna work both of those through her hair like so, making sure that every strand is definitely graced with the protecting of the shine and also the heat protector. So you can see her hair is definitely dry on the inside. And we're gonna start working that flat iron in there as soon as we get these parts together. Section off, we're gonna start in the back first. And we're going to work our way up. Now, as you can see, I already got some of the back done. You can see those ends at the bottom that are definitely needing some attention. Now, a lot of her hair, you know, is pretty much the same length. It's not different lengths, which is good. So it was easy to trim her ends. But as you can see, those ends were definitely needing some attention. It's been past the 6-week mark for her. So you can definitely see as I straighten it where they are dead at. And I did work through a few times with the titanium. It was less work. It did not frizz like the ceramic has on her hair. I will prefer titanium over ceramic on her hair though, no lie, because it definitely did do more of a justice to her hair. And even right now, you know, we're 3 days in from this whole process and she still has straight hair. So I will say that the titanium, along with these products, have definitely did some great work when it comes to processing and the process of straightening her hair. So we're just gonna work our way up her head and just comb through. And then I'm going to end up clipping her ends here shortly. As you can see, I got her all straightened out just to make sure I could see those dead ends. And here we go with the first clippings. I've already clipped that first bottom half. We're gonna work our way up as I did with the process of straightening. And I just make sure it's all even and that I can see all the dead hair. And we're just gonna clip that right off. Cause dead ends do you no service, honey. I mean, what's the purpose? You can have long, beautiful hair, and then once you get to the bottom of it, it's like, ooh, what's going on? So yeah, we make sure that those is all trimmed off. Plus, for some people, it stunts your growth. It stunts the growth of your hair when you don't clip it. So, I mean, some people's hair still somehow magically grows, but others, you will definitely see some breakage and some damage. I know I'm one of those people who, if I don't clip my ends, then you're definitely gonna see that my hair is in bad shape. But yeah, I'm just gonna clip her ends. I think I went over her ends maybe 2 times in total just to make sure everything was pretty much well evened and trimmed and I didn't miss any, you know, spots. So we just gonna go ahead and make sure all of the little ends is off. That way we can see some growth here in the next, 6 months or so. I don't straighten her hair very often at all, simply because I want her curl pattern to stay. I don't want to damage the curls that she has. And I want her hair to remain thick. I don't want any heat damage as well. So I'm not too fond of straightening or blow drying her hair very often. I probably do it maybe twice a year. Very rare that I would do it twice a year. So here I'm just sectioning it off and making sure everything is all clipped and trimmed. And we got it all trimmed. And I'm adding some more of that Buttershine because I am going to go back into her hair and flat iron it again. I'm not being excessive. The heat is not up very high. I am making sure that, we're not going to do any type of damage from the heat to her hair. So I went in again with the Buttershine and added a little bit more because I wanted to do like a little style on her hair to complete this whole video. And she just started cheerleading, so honestly I was like, hey, let's do a little cheerleader half up half down style. And I was gonna curl her back, but I was like, what's the point? She honestly was about to get in bed. It was getting late, And there was no point in me even doing all those extra curls. But as you can see, I went back in her hair and trimmed some of those ends that looked a little fried still and dead. So, and we're gonna go give her like a little bump at the end just to give her hair a little oomph. And as you can see, the finished product. Thank you guys for watching.